In the vast Pacific, Easter Island, Rapa Nui, rises as one of the world's most remote inhabited places. Here, hundreds of giant stone figures, the Moai, stand sentinel, their long faces and deep-set eyes gazing over the land. These statues are not the work of aliens but of the island's own people, carved between 1400 and 1650 AD. Imagine, a small community using only stone tools, shaping volcanic rock into monolithic giants. Some Moai tower over 30 feet and weigh up to 80 tons, an astonishing feat of human ingenuity. The statues were moved across the island and placed on stone platforms called ahu, serving as ceremonial sites. Their silhouettes against the horizon are among the most iconic images of the ancient world. How did the Rapa Nui achieve this, and why? The islanders left no written records, only oral traditions and the silent Moai. To unravel the mystery, we must journey into the lives and beliefs of the Rapa Nui. Their story is one of creativity, devotion, and a powerful bond with their land. The Moai are more than stone, they are the legacy of a vanished world. Each statue is a testament to the society that built them, reflecting both their ambition and their connection to the island. The questions of how and why have fascinated explorers and scientists for centuries. The answers lie in the landscape, the legends, and the enduring presence of the Moai themselves. This is the story of the stone giants of a lonely island. The Moai's story begins with the Polynesian voyagers who settled Rapa Nui around 1200 AD. Master navigators, they brought plants, animals, and their culture to a lush, palm-covered island. Isolated for centuries, the Rapa Nui developed a unique society, organized into clans led by powerful chiefs. Competition between clans fueled innovation and ambition, eventually expressed in the carving of the Moai. Skilled farmers and fishermen, they adapted to the island's volcanic soil and limited resources. Stone-walled gardens protected crops while fishing supplemented their diet. Every element of nature held spiritual meaning, shaping their worldview. Society was hierarchical, chiefs and priests at the top, followed by carvers, farmers, and laborers. This structure enabled large-scale projects, mobilizing the community for monumental tasks. The drive to honor ancestors and outdo rival clans pushed the Rapa Nui to build ever larger statues. Their society was a finely tuned machine for building giants. The Moai were both a product and a symbol of this complex, competitive culture. The legacy of the Rapa Nui endures in the silent stone faces that watch over their island. Every Moai began in the volcanic crater of Rano Raraku, the island's ancient quarry. Here, the soft volcanic tuff was shaped with simple basalt picks called toki. Teams of carvers worked for months, sometimes years, to free each statue from the rock. The process was painstaking. The Moai were carved lying down, with only a thin keel connecting them to the bedrock. Once nearly complete, the statue was carefully detached and slid into a trench where the back was finished. Hundreds of statues remain in the quarry, frozen in various stages of creation. Rano Raraku was more than a workshop. It was the sacred heart of Moai culture. The sheer number of unfinished statues hints at a society deeply committed, perhaps even obsessed, with this monumental art. The quarry tells a story of creativity, labor, and spiritual devotion. Each Moai was a transformation of earth into ancestral power. The carver's skill and patience are evident in every line and feature. The statues left in the quarry stand as silent witnesses to a vanished era. Rano Raraku remains a testament to the Rapa Nui's vision and determination. The landscape itself became a gallery of gods and ancestors. Moving the Moai was as remarkable as carving them. Oral tradition claims the statues walked to their platforms, a legend now supported by modern experiments. Early theories suggested dragging the statues on sleds over wooden rollers, requiring vast timber and manpower. But the walking method, rocking the statue upright with ropes, proved both efficient and ingenious. Teams coordinated to pivot the Moai forward, step by step, using its D-shaped base. This technique matches both oral history and archaeological evidence. Statues that fell are found face down uphill, face up downhill. The roads built for the Moai are wide and gently sloped, ideal for this movement. The journey was a feat of teamwork, engineering, and rhythm. Less timber was needed, preserving precious resources. The Moai's movement was a carefully choreographed dance of people and stone. The legend of walking statues is not just myth, it's a testament to Rapa Nui ingenuity. the great journey of the Moai remains one of history's most impressive achievements. Building and moving the Moai required extraordinary organization. Rapa Nui society was structured around clans, each led by a chief competing for prestige. Chiefs commissioned new Moai, mobilizing teams of carvers, engineers, and laborers. The entire community contributed. Farmers grew surplus food, fishermen increased their catch, all to support the statue builders. This system of redistribution, managed by the chiefs, enabled large-scale projects. Monumental work fostered unity and pride within each clan. Erecting a Moai was a moment of collective triumph, strengthening social bonds. The statues became symbols of power, devotion, and ancestral connection. The Moai were more than art, they were the glue of Rapa Nui society. Their creation was a communal act of faith and ambition. Why build the Moai? The answer lies in Rapa Nui spirituality. The statues represented deified ancestors, not gods, believed to watch over and protect the living. Placing a Moai on a clan's ahu harnessed the ancestors' spiritual power, or mana, bringing prosperity and luck. The Moai faced inland, guarding the villages, their eyes inlaid with coral during special ceremonies to awaken their spirit. The size and number of Moai reflected a clan's prestige and influence. Rivalry drove clans to build ever larger statues, fueling a spiritual and political arms race. The ahu platforms were sacred spaces for ceremonies and communication with ancestors. The Moai linked the living and the dead, anchoring the community's identity. They were the spiritual heart of Rapa Nui life. Each statue was a guardian, a symbol, and a source of pride. The Moai's silent gaze embodied the soul of the island. Their purpose was both sacred and social, binding the people to their past. Archaeology has revealed the secrets of the Moai and their makers. Excavations show ahu platforms were burial sites for important individuals, surrounded by offerings and feast remains. Tools used to carve the statues connect us directly to the ancient carvers. Pollen analysis from lake mud reveals the island was once covered in giant palms. Over centuries, deforestation, driven by statue building and daily needs, transformed the landscape. Loss of trees led to soil erosion and declining bird populations. The lush paradise became a fragile ecosystem shaped by human ambition. The story of the Moai is inseparable from the story of the land itself. The statues and the pollen record together tell of achievement and unintended consequences. Rapa Nui's history is a lesson in the balance between creativity and sustainability. The island's transformation is written in both stone and earth. The age of the Moai ended abruptly around 1650. Work at the quarry stopped, and hundreds of statues were left unfinished. Civil war erupted as clans turned from building to conflict, toppling rival statues to destroy ancestral power. By the time Europeans arrived, most Moai had been thrown down, their coral eyes smashed. Environmental collapse played a key role. Deforestation made farming and fishing harder, intensifying competition and violence. The very system that built the Moai consumed the resources needed to sustain it. European contact brought disease and slave raids, devastating the population. By the late 1800s, only a handful of Rapa Nui remained, and much knowledge was lost. The fallen Moai became symbols of a society undone by its own ambition and external tragedy. The silence of the statues echoed the silence of a culture nearly erased. The legacy of the builders endures, but many secrets remain buried with them. Today, the Moai stand as symbols of human creativity and resilience. They remind us of what can be achieved through unity and shared purpose. But Rapa Nui's story is also a cautionary tale about the limits of ambition and the fragility of our environment. The same drive that built the Moai led to ecological collapse and social upheaval. In recent years, the Rapa Nui have reclaimed their heritage, restoring fallen statues and reviving traditions. The Moai, once again standing against the Pacific sky, are symbols of hope and renewal. Their story challenges us to consider our own legacy. What will we leave behind? The silent eyes of the Moai urge us to build a future that is not just impressive, but enduring. Rapa Nui's lesson: creativity and care for our world must go hand in hand.